This is KCTV English News. I'm Nick Brontes. Employers owe local workers a growing amount of back pay. According to the Gwangju Regional Employment and Labor Administration, overdue wages totaled 11.9 billion won last year. That's nearing twice the total from 2017, which was 6.7 billion. The number of business locations at which wages were past due grew 67% over the year, while the number of unpaid workers grew 7%. The province will pay everything owed for government-ordered construction before the Lunar New Year holidays. It will also investigate the conditions at businesses who owe their employees back pay. Cabbage farmers have enacted measures to control the supply of the vegetable as prices tumble due to overproduction. The Jeju Nonghyup Western Vegetable Council and the Jeju Cabbage Distribution Control Committee convened a meeting Monday with cabbage growers. Attendees resolved to voluntarily discard at least 10% of their crops. They will destroy about 9,000 tons of cabbage being grown on about 165 hectares. Cabbage prices fell to about 538 won per kilogram last month. That's 36% lower than a year before and 12% below average. Jeju City authorities have enacted plans designed to stabilize the prices of holiday items in the lead-up to the Lunar New Year. Officials have declared a special period to monitor prices and supply and demand for 40 items in 6 categories. Authorities will focus inspections on traditional markets and large retailers. They will ensure that products have proper origin and price labels and that merchants are weighing their products correctly. The city will also run a campaign with municipal departments, merchants associations, and local organizations to encourage people to do their holiday shopping at traditional markets and local retailers. The provincial government has finalized plans to deal with emergencies and other problems over the Lunar New Year holidays. It will begin operations of an integrated response office February 2nd. The office will handle issues related to daily life, such as those involving transportation, water and sewage, as well as disaster response. The government is also preparing for around-the-clock medical services over the holidays by designated certain emergency medical centers to stay open. The province is also checking emergency preparedness at 14 locations, including the bus terminal, cinemas, shopping centers, and multi-use facilities. Those inspections will be complete by the end of this month. The Jeju Tourism Organization has released its list of the top 10 tourist attractions for February. The JTO suggests visiting the Jeju Folk Village and the Jeju Mokgwana Government Office to enjoy traditional events and get the most out of the upcoming Lunar New Year holidays. The list also contains some of the island's closed schools that have been transformed into cafes and galleries, as well as Dumengi Alley, an area of Old Jeju City where visitors can take a trip down memory lane into the city's past. The JTO's top 10 list for February is outlined in detail on its tourism info website, Visit Jeju. The Jeju District Prosecutor's Office is seeking a 1.5 million won fine from Governor Won Hee-ryong for alleged pre-electioneering. If the court agrees, his governorship would be in jeopardy. Joseph Kim reports.
Governor Won Hee-ryong appeared at the court for the first trial on alleged election law violations. The trial had been delayed for a month due to failed delivery of a written prosecution and notice for jury trial. He said his legal team has prepared for the trial and he himself would sincerely participate in the trial.
당시 상황이나 재판하는 데 참고될 자료들에 대해서 아마 우리 변호인들이 열심히 준비를 한 걸로 알고 있습니다. 저도 성실하게 재판에 임해서 공정하고 올바른 결과가 나올 수 있도록 최선을 다하겠습니다.
The Jeju District Prosecutor's Office has indicted Won on 2 counts of pre-electioneering based on the Public Official Election Act. Won's defense counsel acknowledges the proof provided by prosecutors and prosecutors' claim about when, where, and what Won did. However, prosecutors and Won's side hold contrary opinions on the illegality of the same act. Won's legal team insisted that prosecutors indicted the governor for issues that the National Election Commission had already concluded. The commission disclosed the issues by giving a warning to Won. It added that Won explained policies that had been open to the public at the place and at the time the prosecutors pointed. Therefore, the acts are not unlawful. The lawyers went on saying that a fine of over 1 million won has never been levied for pre-electioneering, and the pre-electioneering ban could be unconstitutional, citing domestic and international examples. Meanwhile, prosecutors demanded a fine of 1.5 million won for Won's pre-electioneering. Prosecutors also demanded a fine of 1.5 million won to each of the 4 former senior civil servants who helped Won's election campaign. The court will pronounce its sentence on February 14th. If the governor is fined 1 million won or more for violating the Public Official Election Act, he will lose the governorship. Now, the islanders' eyes are on the court as the day of sentencing is approaching. Joseph Kim, KCTV.
Skies will remain mostly clear all day Wednesday, and it will be a little milder. For the details, here's your forecast. The low in Jeju City will be 6 and the afternoon high 12 degrees. In Seogwipo, temperatures will fall between 6 and 14. In Seongsan, the low before lunch will be 3 and the high later on 12 degrees. Across the island in Gosan, temperatures will range from 7 to 11. And the morning low at higher elevations like Songpanak will be 0. The afternoon high, 6 degrees. Taking a look at the marine forecast, winds will be out of the west and northwest at 8 to 12 meters per second, and seas will be between 1 and 2 meters. And here's a look ahead. And that brings us to the end of today's newscast. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll tune in next time. Until then, don't forget to find us on YouTube by searching for KCTV E-News Jeju. 시청자 여러분, 감사합니다.